You're listening to Bizarre Buffet, a podcast of all-you-can-eat weird. I'm your host, Mark Torriello.
I'm Jen Wilson.
And I'm Mark Bluestein.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
When we first went in, one of the people said, "Who are you?" And Tex said, "I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business."
Hey, you horny bitches.
Oh my god, how
Hey, guys.
funny. Hi, it's us. It's me.
We just got off the treadmill.
We did. We were providing energy that was never going to be used by anybody ever. And what a fantastic story.
That was such a great story, Mark.
Yeah.
I hope that some of our listeners were on a treadmill.
Listening to
Listening.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
that would be like an infinity circle.
Yeah.
Or like
That's kind
A
of
hamster wheel.
a hamster wheel.
fucking wheel.
Our last episode was about the history of the treadmill and how it was a Victorian torture device.
Yeah, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I just have to also say that I'm super happy that my topic tonight has absolutely nothing to do with treadmills
Yeah.
or workout equipment. We're going in a completely different direction tonight.
Okay.
So my question for you tonight is, if there was one living animal on this planet that you wish you would never see again and they would just be extinct, what animal would it be and why?
Snakes.
Same. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
fucking snakes.
Snakes, I have a phobia of them. It's just anything that slithers. It's
Yeah.
always been an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I have to make sure I sleep at night with the toilet seat down because, like, I have this fear that the
Those
snakes are going to
stories.
come out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you hear
Yes.
about that shit in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, whenever I go down to Florida to visit, like, friends and family, I always have to make sure the spare bedroom's bathroom is, like, the toilet seat is closed.
I would
'cause I'm afraid that
too.
there's going to be a fucking snake that,
Yeah.
like, slithers out and
Yeah.
gets into bed with me.
And in your defense, you're in Florida, and Lord knows there's more creepy crawlers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be humans.
Oh,
But-
oh,
One.
dark.
But-
Love it. Love it so much.
Snakes.
Snakes too.
I am
Snakes.
so
Yeah.
scared of snakes.
I don't know what will happen if, like, I ever come face to face with one on the ground or out in nature. I actually never have, believe it or not.
Oh,
It's
God.
very upsetting.
I have
And
twice.
It's very upsetting.
I think it would really scar me for life. I mean, I've gone through like 32 years of my life without having any
Yeah.
snake interactions like that, but that would terrify me.
Yeah, and you don't want to start now.
No, I don't.
No, I don't
and
blame
that's
you.
Like, and another thing too, like, I have a hard time going into a home or a building where I know a snake also resides.
yeah.
Yeah, respect.
Or like even
Mm-hmm.
going to the pet store, you know, the fear that a snake is going to escape out of its cage, because that's also a very common thing.
Yeah,
I have a
Mark
few
has a snake story.
stories
and
to
I do
tell
too.
you real quick.
honestly.
Growing up, my brother had a few snakes. One time, one of the snakes
Brace yourself, Jen.
it escaped the snake
Habitat.
Like the tank.
or whatever. We couldn't find it. It somehow got its way into the ceiling, and we had, we had like a boob light, like the
Jen's
boob
face.
lights that you have on the ceiling.
Was the snake in the boob light?
It was in the boob light, and it got
God.
electrocuted. Now
The electric
we're gonna fast
lights
forward.
went off.
We're gonna fast forward like probably like 5, 6, 7 years later. My brother then has a big boa constrictor, and when I was
Nope.
sleeping,
No,
one
thank
night,
you.
he
Nope.
put it in my bed, knowing I'm like mortified of
Fuck
snakes.
that.
That's so fucked up.
That's really fucked
I am
up.
not afraid of snakes because of that. I just am afraid
Me
of
too.
snakes.
Like
Yeah.
I've never had a traumatic experience that like caused me to be afraid of one. Like you, Mark. Like it just I'm scared of them.
Yeah.
They say that these things, like our unknown fears, can go back before us, before your
Interesting.
parents. Yeah. Snake trauma. Maybe.
Can you handle like the movie Anaconda,
Absolutely
or is that
not.
Yeah.
No.
John Voight, just him. He's a lot.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, just no. I'm actually, ironically, speaking of snakes,
All right.
I'm taking us back again to Australia.
Well, where they fucking thrive
Where
very
they
well.
thrive, home to Catherine Knight, the cannibal killer.
Love her so much. She did not have snakes.
We're going to discuss the Great Emu War of 1932.
The Emu War?
What's emu?
An emu is along the lines like a bird, like an ostrich.
Oh God. Oh yes. Yes, I know. Oh boy. Okay. Yes.
I've never heard of this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before we get into it, I'm gonna just set the scene for you and like what was going on around this time. So after World War I, there was a large number of discharged soldiers, and they were given land by the Australian government to take up farming within Western Australia. And if I'm not mistaken, Western Australia is much more like desert
Okay.
type land.
Okay.
Outback. Because many times these areas of land were agriculturally marginalized, which means little to no agricultural or commercial value. So
Okay.
think more like the desert, the outback.
Barren land.
Yes.
Okay.
So now the onset of the Great Depression comes on in 1929, and many of these farmers were encouraged to increase their wheat crops. The government promised to assist them in the form of subsidies. However, they failed on their end. And with that, wheat prices began to drop. So the farmers were fucking pissed.
I would be pissed if I was a farmer.
They decided to take the matters into their own hands.
Cool.
By refusing to deliver wheat in the midst of harvest season.
Oh.
So they were doing their harvesting, but they were saying, fuck you, I'm keeping your damn wheat.
Yeah, this is my fucking wheat.
My fucking wheat.
Deal with it.
Now, if shit couldn't get worse,
Oh God.
there was an arrival of about 20,000 emus.
So a convention?
Yeah, were they in town for wheat?
No, so
Oh God.
what I read was emus normally migrate after breeding season and they head inland.
Oh fuck that.
Okay.
All right.
The cleared land and additional water supplies that were being produced by the Australian farmers was a very big turn on for the emus. The cultivated lands were discovered by the emus.
Shut up.
And thought that it was an amazing habitat. They were
Wow.
like, fuck yeah, we
Wow.
want to live here too.
Oh my God. They're like, no, our wheat. Oh boy.
And if it couldn't get any worse, the emus began to raid the land.
No, shut up. No.
They ate all the farmers' crops.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Assholes.
Oh my
And
God.
they left such big gaps from this in the fences. It caused rabbits to get in and even cause even more damage to the crops.
Oh no. Oh God.
So like the emus were all like, you're not going to give us your land? Well, we're going to bring in Operation Rabbit.
Oh my God. What a bunch of assholes.
The farmers decided like, this is enough. This is fucking bullshit. You
Yeah.
fucked us one time over.
Yeah.
Now we have these fucking emus on
Yeah,
our land.
now they're here.
Now they're here. The farmers were all like, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
They voiced their concern. They were sent to meet with the Minister of Defense. Since most of these farmers served in World War I, they knew their shit.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And they knew how effective machine guns could be.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
So the Minister of Defense agreed and deployed these men for battle
Against the emus.
against the emus.
Oh my God. Did the emus have guns?
Or little hats?
I
cute.
wish. But there were a couple of conditions, though,
Oh.
with deploying these men for battle. Do you want to hear them?
Yep.
Okay, please.
So the machine guns were only to be used by the military. All troop transportation had to be financed by the Western Australian government, and farmers would have to provide food and accommodation and pay for the ammunition, which was kind of fucked.
Yeah. They're like, okay, so now you have this problem and you also have to pay to get rid of this problem.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This military involvement was supposed to begin in October of 1932, but it was postponed due to an intense period of rainfall, and it scattered all across the farmland, and it caused the emus to scatter even wider across the region.
Oh, come on. So now they're like relocating.
Right. So now it's early November. The rain stops and the troops were deployed. The men traveled to Campion, which was a town in Australia, which actually today is abandoned, I came to find out.
Oh.
Cool.
The first day, 50 emus were sighted, but they were out of target range.
Oh, they have guns, so you gotta be careful.
Locals tried to herd the emus together into like an ambush,
Oh my God.
but
What?
the emus, believe it or not, actually had their own tactic.
Oh
Yes.
no. Oh my God. I love that for them.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
So,
I hope they win.
emus, they split into smaller groups so they would be harder to target.
They're
Clever.
smart.
They're fucking smart.
What?
This caused the use of machine guns to be a complete failure.
Of course.
Oh my God.
And they're not sure, but it's estimated that only 12 emus were killed the first day.
Good for them.
The
For
emus. Yeah. Wow.
So
They can't kill all of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the
same
emus.
theory. Yeah, I
let's
love
fast
it.
forward 2 days later.
Okay.
Another ambush was established near a local dam.
By the emus.
Yes.
Okay.
No. The ambush
sorry.
was established by the government to get the emus into one spot.
Okay, cool.
They're
Okay.
trying to like corral them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
corral them. That day, about 1,000 emus were spotted.
Oh, wow.
This time, the military was a little bit smarter and they waited until they were in the range to shoot. The gun jammed and only 12 emus were killed that day.
Wow. So they are consistent in their small number of emu killings.
Yeah.
Good for the emus. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like 2 checks on their chart.
The days that kind of followed after that, the troops started to move down south where the birds were like reported to be tamer. Whatever that means.
Okay.
Whatever that would
Cleaner
mean.
air.
Yeah.
It's more relaxing down here.
Yeah.
So, a couple of days later after that, when they moved down south, Army observers noted that each pack seemed to have its own leader now.
Oh, no.
And
What?
it was a big black plumed bird which stands fully 6 feet high and keeps watch while his mates carry their work of destruction and warns them of approach.
Oh my fucking God. These people thought they were going to go in and like take out all these emus, and now they have leaders. They are smaller groups. They are fucking plotting. They are plotting. Wow.
So the military even went as far as to mount one of the guns on a truck, like thinking that moving that would like work, but it actually was ineffective.
Aren't emus fast?
They are.
Okay.
The ride was so rough that the gunner was unable to fire shots. Like, remember, you're in the Australian outback.
Yeah, so it's like
So,
all
like,
rough
it's
terrain.
all rocky and bumpy.
Oh boy.
By November 8th, my birthday,
Oh my God, on your birthday, the emu brigade?
6 days after the first initial attack, 2,500 rounds of ammunition had been fired, but the number of birds killed is still uncertain. Some people estimate that it was 50 birds and others estimate from 200 to 500.
I'm going to go with 50.
I'm gonna say 12.
Yeah.
I feel like that a magic number.
Yeah.
On November 8th, that same day, they just were like, yeah, this isn't fucking working out. Only a few emus died, and the military defense decided to withdraw all military personnel. Okay? So,
Oh my God.
there was actually a second attempt.
Oh wow, they
World War II.
Yeah.
World War
Emu 2.
Emu 2.
Oh my
II.
God.
After the withdrawal of the military, the emus continued to attack crops. And the farmers were begging for support as the emus were pretty much invading these farms by the thousands. There was a moment where the Premier of Western Australia lent his support to renew the military assistance.
Oh wow, they needed backup.
And at the same time, a report from the base commander was issued that indicated 300 emus had been killed in the initial operation.
I think that's an exaggerated number. I'm just going to throw it out there.
I think so too. They found that about the first 2 days of the attacks this second time around, only 40 emus were killed.
Okay.
And on the third day, it proved to be even less successful. Early December, soldiers were killing approximately 100 emus per week.
Okay, so their numbers are going up a bit.
So it was reported that by like mid-December, there were 986 kills with 9,800 rounds. So at that rate, that was exactly 10 rounds per confirmed kill. It was also claimed that 2,500 birds were wounded, but wound up dying due to injuries that they sustained from all of this.
Oh no, no emu nurse?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, pretty much, again, second time, a failure.
Yeah.
Despite these problems, and they kept coming up, The farmers, once again, they requested military assistance in 1934, 1943,
Oh, this is a long war.
and 1948.
Those emus are not giving up.
But they continued to be turned down by the government because of the failure of this military tactic.
Reasonably so, I would say.
Instead, the bounty system that was instigated in 1923 continued, which proved to be effective, and 57,000 bounties were claimed over a 6-month period in 1934. By 1932, though, the Emu War had actually spread up to the United Kingdom.
Oh,
People were actually out there protesting the extermination of the emus.
Oh, I love it. The emu had support.
Yeah, like the mass destruction of birds.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I like it. They had supporters.
Throughout the 1930s, there was this thing called exclusion barrier fencing that became really popular, and this helped to keep emus out of the agricultural areas. Other things like mice and rabbits and different types of just wildlife to get out of the crops.
Okay.
Probably along the lines of what you would see today, like on a garden, like a fence, like a cage over a garden.
Okay. It's just a protection against the...
Yeah. That's pretty much the story of the failed Emu War
Wow.
of 1932.
Do you know what they did with the dead emus?
I believe that they took the feathers and made them into hats for horsemen.
Oh.
It's a lot of hats.
That is a lot of hats. A lot of
But
emu
like,
feather
here's
hats.
a picture. I'll show you a picture of like a man. If you want to describe what you're looking at right now.
So right now it's a man, and he's standing very confidently in a hat.
God.
And he is holding up the emu that I'm assuming he perhaps killed. Yeah, and the emu is lifeless. He is defeated.
Yeah.
Which is very sad for the emu. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
I get so emotional,
But,
baby.
wow, that's a great.
Did that get you really emotional tonight?
I love it.
I was like kind of inspired after your episode about the cat audition.
The kitty cat audition.
You know,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Right?
I support the emus. I'm glad that they came up with a plan. I am glad that they broke into smaller groups.
They were fucking smart.
They were, clearly.
They tried the divide and conquer technique.
That's exactly what they did on Cannibal Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Are you seeing a pattern here?
There is always, oh my god.
Emu Island.
Emu Island.
Emotional Island.
Emotional Island. 90-day emu. Fiance.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. But wow, I love that.
I've never heard of that, and it seems like it went on for such a long ass time, too.
Truly.
Well, yeah, of
Long
course
war.
it did, because like if you think about it, like this is something that happens seasonally.
Yeah. So they had to like be like, all right, they're back.
They're back, bitches.
Yeah, their fucking emus are like sharpening.
back.
and-
Go fucking bitches.
Absolutely. They're
Fighting season.
That's right. It's fighting season. We're gonna eat that wheat.
Yeah, get the
Oh,
wheat.
whether you want
Bring
to
the rabbits in.
bring them in, and we don't give a flying fuck about your rabbits.
Yeah.
Talking through their emu teeth.
Yes.
Wow. Well, if you want to talk through your emo teeth at us, you should go on our Instagram and Facebook at Bizarre Buffet.
Yes.
Our Patreon. Patreon.com/Bizarre Buffet.
And helping us on Patreon is
Helps emus.
one of like the best things you could do because
You're also supporting us, but the emus as well.
Absolutely, because we support emus in spirit. BizarreBuffet.com, where you can just see so many great things. You can go through our catalog of episodes and see all of the illustrious topics that we
See
have
our
to.
horny faces.
Oh my God, yeah.
and you can
Fuck yeah.
watch the episodes on YouTube at Bizarre Buffet, and you
Hi,
can see
welcome.
me serve looks.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're
Mark's always serving a look while Mark and I just.
I know, we're just
We've
old
recorded
hookers.
3 episodes tonight, and we're both still in the same outfit.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a jacket I designed.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
is.
beautiful.
It's
It's all
stunning.
pictures of 1980s malls and neon
Yeah,
and glass blocks.
that's right.
Love
I'm
it.
living the postmodern fantasy.
I love it. And, you know, if you want to see more of that, at Mark Turiello, at Jennifer Wilson.
Yeah, my Instagram changed because some asshole hacked me.
It
so
did, motherfucker.
if any of you are listening and still follow Zen__Wilson, disregard
Cancel.
that. Cancel.
Jennifer
Report.
Wilson.
Jennifer
Report.
Wilson is me.
That's it. That's the official. And I'm Leah Remini's Nails, because I am acrylic nails. And in a sharp stiletto shape. So
Yes, like my nails.
oh, those are very Leah Remini nails.
They are.
I love it. Beautiful. All right, children. Until next time, I'm a violent emu.
And I'm the Australian outback.
Wow, I love that.
And I'm the warrior snake from Anaconda.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Shit.
John Voight.